We've had quite a few laughs on this channel, but nothing's funnier than the fact that Haku is prettier than Sakura. No, but seriously, Zabuza and Haku, the first major antagonists of the Naruto series, and while it may be easy to forget about this duo from way back in chapter 11 after 700 chapters of much flashier villains, each with their own motivations, the effect that these two had on our main cast, that being Team 7, and more specifically Naruto himself, is still felt up until the very end and even to this day in the Boruto series. In chapter 690 of the Naruto manga, 10 chapters shy of the ending, Zetsu questions how it's possible that Naruto could ever have defeated Kaguya when he was nothing more than a piece of shinobi history created by his grand design, to which Naruto reflects on the many people who have lost their lives along this arduous journey. Few who have been antagonists and few have been support systems, and the one thing they all have in common were that they all earned and reciprocated Naruto's respect, and have had a major impact on his development as a person. Two of which are Zabuza and Haku, the first hurdle to test Naruto's resolve and help him discover his ninja way, but also were the ones to help him develop his greatest jutsu ever, the one that makes Naruto the main character of this series, capable of prospering where all others have failed. Talk no jutsu, the power to heal which has been broken. Hey, what's up guys, it's Momoshiki, the let me hold $1, I'll give it right back janitor, and today, we're going to be going over why Zabuza is the true god of shinobi. No, but seriously, I wanted to talk about why Zabuza and Haku were essential for the development of Naruto's character growth and how their arc shaped the path he would eventually take and help him to learn not only his ninja way, but 3 of the most important themes of the franchise, which together allow Naruto to practice the greatest tool in his arsenal, forgiveness. Again, you guys have been so generous and awesome with hitting that like button, and if you like what we do here, just talking anime and manga, and you haven't already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button because we're dropping content like this all the time. But I won't hold you guys too long, you clicked on Haku's face, so let's get back into the video. So Zabuza and Haku, where do I even start? Okay, so everyone always debates on what the major theme of Naruto from start to finish is, when the answer is actually pretty simple. There is no black and white main theme. Naruto is a series that encapsulates a countless number of topics, all of which are equally as relevant to the development of our characters, and many of which are centered around friendship. Throughout this arc, there were 3 major themes that were reinforced in Naruto, and I'm going to go over what they are first and then sort of segue into how they translate into the narrative and motivations of our characters before capping things off by covering their lasting effects on the entire story. One of those themes is told to us by Master Kakashi in chapter 8 and proves to be the crux of Naruto's character, and that's teamwork. While, of course, the concept of teamwork seems like such a shallow narrative to push, it's actually much deeper when you consider that Kakashi isn't just speaking in terms of working towards a common goal. He's referring to understanding and respecting the bonds that go hand in hand with teamwork and doing whatever necessary to protect it, even if it means your life. Just as his predecessor Ashura, Naruto's true strength was in his bonds that he formed and the support he received. And, as I spoke of in my Will of Fire video, the biggest buff comes from protecting those that you love. But bonds aren't just between individuals on the same side, but opposing forces can share one as well, since, while their goals may conflict with one another, so long as one can understand and respect the other, a bond can and will form, tying them as strongly together as the chakra within them. The next theme is, of course, another big one, and that's responsibility. And with great power, but with responsibility comes 2 major assets, those being maturity and reliability. They're the main qualities that are essential for the mark of Chunin, which serve as the divide between those who are only playing ninja and those who are resolved to follow a ninja way. But when I refer to responsibility, I mainly mean those who, in any mission setting, can not only be a trusted leader, but a commander as well. And the difference is that when you only lead, your team will always require you to give them direction. But when you can inspire them and provide them with the resources to be able to be leaders themselves, you can delegate tasks to them with full faith in their abilities. That makes you a true commander, worthy of being a Chunin and higher. A person who can juggle all of these things without dropping any of them, because when you drop one of the essential tasks, you lose a comrade. And many of those who become ninja are typically shocked to find the true horrors of combat that no amount of research or training can teach you. This doesn't just require absolute faith in your leader, but a level of responsibility is placed on those fighting alongside you, especially when you consider that the last theme was all about teamwork and the bonds that are created in battle, lasting for life. In this theme, throughout the Land of Waves arc, which taught Naruto not only maturity, but made him a much more reliable person, it all started here with Haku and Zabuza. And we see that eventually, everyone in the entire ninja world would come to rely on Naruto, from Jiraiya to Nagato and all the way to even Sarada, who can put her faith in Naruto, because he learned the true level of responsibility required when wearing the headband of a shinobi. The final yet equally as important theme is going to be finding the humanity in your enemy and understanding not the weaknesses of who they are now, but the experiences that they've been through which make them strong today. And this is where forgiveness becomes the focal point of Naruto, leading to the infamous creation of Talk no Jutsu, Naruto's true greatest jutsu. Yes, even stronger than the Rasengan. Without forgiveness, Naruto could never have hoped to save Nagato, Obito, Kurama, and most certainly not Sasuke from their hatred. And of course, Naruto's first instance of this is used on the legendary Demon of the Mist, Zabuza Haku. So, what exactly makes these essential themes so essential? And how do they factor into the Land of Waves, and more specifically, the effect that Zabuza and Haku had on Naruto's trajectory from ninja wannabe to god of shinobi? Well, I'm happy you asked. In chapter 11 of the Naruto manga, Zabuza makes his first appearance, and it's smoke on sight between he and Kakashi. Eventually, the legendary swordsman is able to get the better of Kakashi and trap him in a water prison to absolutely everyone's surprise, since it was believed that he would handle this battle just as he did against the Demon Brothers. And just like the very brief interaction with the rogue Chunin, Naruto is absolutely crippled with fear. And it's not just him this time, because Sasuke too is paralyzed by the pure bloodlust emanating from Zabuza. And this is where the first of many hard lessons that this grueling arc would teach the Genin of Team 7 comes to pass. Zabuza, ever so coldly but very observantly, calls out the cowardice of the Genin, stating that they're nothing more than a few wannabes who don't understand what being a true ninja means. That just because you wear the headband doesn't mean that you're a ninja, but it's about proving that you're worthy of the title out in the real world, much like Kakashi, whose name is in the standard Hitman's bingo book. Of course, while Zabuza may be spot on when he says that not everyone who wears the headband is worthy of it, what really makes a true shinobi is having a ninja way and following it to the very end, regardless of their skill level. A ninja way is a promise to oneself. Naruto has to remind himself in this moment what it means to be a true shinobi and how much respect that his headband that he worked so hard to earn deserves. So when Zabuza kicks him clear across the battlefield, knocking his headband off, Naruto remembers his ninja way and resolves to prove that he's more than worthy to everyone who doubted him, when he charges headfirst at Zabuza just to get his headband back, immediately silencing all doubters when he vows to become Hokage. This is big for his character because for the first time, people actually believe that there might be a chance he could do it someday. But Zabuza isn't still exactly convinced and gives Naruto a little insight to his life as a shinobi, revealing that at an even younger age than our main characters, he single-handedly butchered an entire graduating class, and just the recollection of this moment is euphoric to the rogue ninja who, within the blink of an eye, attacks Sasuke and mercilessly intends to take out the 3 kids and an elderly man, showing a lack of visible humanity and the reason that he's known as the Demon of the Mist. And this confrontation between Zabuza and Team 7 forces Naruto to grow up on the spot and formulate a plan on the spot that even smarter than Shikamaru Kakashi can congratulate. Yet, even after all of his growth, someone else his age was able to defeat the likes of Zabuza in an instant, teaching Naruto that he's still got a long ways to go in both power and in maturity. But even so, Team 7 was able to make their way out of the battle relatively unharmed. Though, they were humbled enough to realize that they need to step it up, and step it up they do because the next we see of them is of course a training arc in which our characters, specifically Naruto and Sasuke, push themselves even beyond their limits to get stronger physically and mentally, because only by becoming stronger can they follow their paths and eventually their ninja ways. It's important to know that Naruto has resolved to earn the respect of everyone in the village, even if it means he'll have to become the very best to do it. And Sasuke has resolved to become an Avenger by taking down a single person, but of course, this goal changes as revelations revelate. So this is actually where our next lessons for our protagonist comes in, and it all hinges on the bonds formed over the course of the next few chapters. Bonds that would continue to last a lifetime and remain even in death in some cases. And what I mean exactly is that although the interactions between Inari, the bridge builder's grandson, and Naruto were for the most part negative, there became a level of respect due to the pair having similar pain harboring within them, since Naruto could see that the same thing holding Inari back was what previously held him back before, and he knew that eventually you get sick of crying before you decide to take initiative. Without the level of maturity it would take to be this insightful, Naruto would never have been able to inspire Inari, and therefore Inari would never have been able to inspire the townspeople to come to the bridge and fight for their freedom. That is why this bridge is named the Great Naruto Bridge. And much like Inari, the bond between Naruto and Sasuke became even stronger here because the two, to a certain extent, can understand and rely on each other in life or death situations because they're true friends, though they hadn't acknowledged it yet. Still, they train together, they eat together, they fight together, yet neither of the two had considered the other a true friend until their battle with Haku, who himself also formed a bond with Naruto in the chapters prior. So, all of these connections serve as a precursor to every major antagonist in the series save for one. Of course, Madara. Naruto didn't even waste his time trying to talk to him. This bond always emphasizes the humanity in their enemy, specifically the similarities between them, allowing Naruto to eventually practice the final lesson with a skill that he would employ time and time again. So, in chapter 20, Naruto vows to prove that heroes exist in the shinobi world, prompting to leave in the middle of the night as he sets out to train and ends up passing out in the forest by himself. This is where he runs into Haku again, but he doesn't know that this is the masked man that he had interacted with in the first Zabuza fight. Here, the two speak about those connections and bonds that make them truly strong. And of course, Naruto contemplates on those moments in his life, but there's no consideration of Sasuke at this point. And of course, Haku is referring specifically to Zabuza, but despite being two completely opposing sides to the same conflict, the two had similar backgrounds, or as he puts it, are two of a kind who understand not only what it means to be lonely, but also knows the true value of even a single person acknowledging and accepting for who they are. And as we see with Kawaki, this can lead to obsession, though it's sincerely out of love. It pushes those victims of this sort to do anything to protect it, evil or otherwise. And in the final confrontation on the unfinished bridge, Haku is ready and willing to do anything for Zabuza, even if it meant killing two boys just like him, as well as the bridge builder who only intended to help his people. And even if Zabuza ultimately had good intentions in the end, Haku never truly cared about that and only followed Zabuza's every command because he was the one person who made him feel as though he was worth anything. And his worth amounted to nothing more than just a tool, but it was better than nothing. Yet, through the bond Haku and Naruto shared, it was clear that Haku meant more to Zabuza than he let on. Or maybe he meant more to him than he realized. Just as Sasuke with Naruto, who claims that his body moved on its own to protect him, despite the attack being an obvious trap. Believing Sasuke to be dead, Naruto momentarily succumbed to his rage and would have killed Haku if it weren't for Naruto realizing that he was the boy he met that same morning. And here, Naruto realizes the very same fact that Kakashi spoke to Sakura, that he doesn't truly have it in him to just take a life on a whim, which, when Naruto spares Haku, his goal is no longer one of revenge, rather it becomes one in which Naruto aims to save Haku from the path he walks. Yet, the boy begs for Naruto to end his life, and you can see that it pains Naruto heavily to even consider taking his life, and asks if this was the only way, to which Haku tells him it is. Even after apparently killing Sasuke, Naruto still hesitates to finish off Haku, claiming that if things had been different, the two could have been friends. And after constantly questioning whether or not Zabuza felt anything towards Haku, when the boy sacrificed his life for the demon and Zabuza casually laughs before attempting to slice through him to kill Kakashi, Naruto nearly loses it. And at the sight of Haku's body being desecrated by Gato, yet Zabuza just stands there doing nothing, he could no longer hold back. Despite their quarrel being over, Naruto considered Zabuza his enemy and poured his heart out in his first display of Talk no Jutsu. A beautiful scene in which he reminds Zabuza just how much Haku meant to him, questioning if he even had a heart, which brings the legendary Demon of the Mist, who thinks fondly on the day he slaughtered an entire graduating class of children, to tears and giving him a chance at redemption. Though Naruto couldn't save his body, in the end he saved his soul, and that's what makes Naruto the main character of his story. The one who was able to break the cycle of hatred and save his best friend. And it all started here with the Demon of the Mist and his snow child companion. And as Naruto stood over their graves, he begins to question the true role of a ninja, declaring that the current reality of a ninja's purpose to be a tool is flawed, and that from now on, he'll create his own ninja way, much to the subtle approval of Kakashi. But yeah, that was Zabuza and Haku. Originally I intended to make a video looking at the parallels between Haku and Kawaki, but it turned into its own thing as you can see, to which I'm extremely happy with and got real excited in the writing process. But I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, why not give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content like this all the time from your favorite janitor. Thanks again for watching guys, I hope you all have a good rest of your day. Alright, I'm out, holla!